Well, where should we start? Okay, since last week I have been busy crafting to do the rest of the family's Christmas presents. I've been baking. I have been dashing around doing lots of family stuff as usual. That's per every day of the year anyway. But it has been a busy week, but I have actually achieved the most important goal for me this week, was just getting the family's Christmas presents finished, made and sorted. I've still got to do some of the things. I think I'm just going to show you what I've been doing. Well, it's a joint effort because hubby helped me do all this. I'm not done yet, but I'll show you anyway. There you go. That's just some of the Christmas prezzies. Obviously, this one is the most striking. I did 2 black sleighs and put the colorful gems on. I absolutely love the effect of the colors popping on the very dark background, and it's been dry brushed with gold, so it looks like a bit of an antique woody effect where the paint is almost wearing through, but it came out really nice. Here's the other black one. You see the colors as the light hits it, it just came out really nice. I'm really happy with the way that came out. This one is for a special little girl. Some gems on there, but I've kept it girly and pale. And then the 2 green ones, they also came out really nice. I was going to keep to colored theme, and I thought, oh, just stick on as much color as possible. And it really came out very nice. I'm really happy with that one. And this one as well, slightly different to each other, different colors in different places. So, you know, I am very happy. So I hope that those who receive them will be very happy as well. This one's got like a rose gold kind of effect on it with cream, gold, white. So that one is more delicate and girly. I like that one too. And one of my favorites, other than the black ones, yes, black one, my favorite, is this red and green one. Oh, it came out so yummy. Really did. It came out really nice. And I am very happy with that one. So I'm sure that whoever gets them for Christmas prezzies will be very happy. I made some jam from freezer stored berries that I stored from the garden from the summer, and I was clearing out the freezer for a bit to make space, and I thought, well, I'm gonna make jam, and I did. Best jam I have ever made as far as the setting goes. It actually said, because usually my jams come out like a sauce rather than jam. There's just not enough pectin. I've never been successful with it. But this has, I mean, you turn the jar upside down and it ain't moving anywhere. Probably because there were red currants in there and there were fresh lemon juice, and I put the peels in with the fruit before I put the sugar in. Then, because I stewed up the fruit gently on a low heat with fresh lemons in it, juice, peels and pips. And then I strained out all the fruit just for the sauce, and then added in the jam sugar after. And the result is it set really well. But to make a simple jam jar become a present, I put a pretty label, some greaseproof paper on the top with a pretty ribbon, and there you have it, a Christmas present. So, and I don't mind my children knowing and my grandchildren knowing what they're getting for Christmas, because they all know what they're getting. It's the anticipation of knowing what they're getting and not wanting to get it now because they know what they're getting. And my daughter even tried the jam, so she knows she's getting jam and she can't wait for that. Plus, I'll be making some more mince pies, vegan ones of course, and the vegan Koeksisters, as I did earlier in the year. I will be making some of the same ones as then, because the family absolutely love them. But as I told you back then, for Christmas, I am going to zhuzh it up a bit by adding Christmas spices. Right, let's have you back here again. Okay, so I added in fresh orange juice, fresh orange peel, shaved up the peel for the oranges, and some, I put in a clove, I put in a quarter of a whole nutmeg, I put in about 4 small thin pieces of cinnamon, and a star anise. Was that it? Oh, and of course the ginger, same as the usual ones. So I put in quite a bit of ginger, at least 2-inch pieces as thick as my thumb, sliced up to make the syrup. And the smell that came out when I was simmering up that syrup, oh, it was so good. And now tonight I'm going to make the Koeksisters, and I will put in a link in the top right hand corner of the video, a link to the video of the one I did in the summer, and then I will, in the description box below, I will put in the recipe for the Christmas ones, the Christmas spiced Koeksisters. Do you want the recipe for the mince pies? Oh, I told you about it, didn't I? I'm sure I told you in the last video. And I showed you them as well. So, yes, I'll be doing a few more of those as well to go with the Christmas presents. So they'll be wrapped up in greaseproof paper and put in a tub. Which brings me to the wrapping, which I don't normally use wrapping at all, except for I have used wallpaper in the past, pretty wallpaper. I have used wrapping paper. I have mostly used brown paper, and gift bags that I have are recycled from the year before when other people give us gifts in gift bags. I keep them and reuse them. I could easily make some bags to put stuff in. They wouldn't come back, but hopefully people would just keep reusing them and putting gifts in for other people in the gift bags, and it'll just circulate around the family and friends, and last for very many years, hopefully. So I will be doing more of that next year, provided we're still on this planet by next year. Who knows, you could walk out the door and that would be the last, but we're being hopeful and carrying on. So in that light, I will use reusable tubs. I did find some biscuit tin. You know, I showed you the biscuit tins. I said last week I keep biscuit tins, especially seasonal Christmassy ones and pretty ones for gift boxes. And I did find some small Christmas biscuit tins, empty ones, sold as just tins to put biscuits and stuff in, with another one inside, so an even smaller one inside and a bigger one on the outside, but they're really festive. Hang on, there's one of them, merry and bright, with another one inside. So that is 2, and another one like it with a matching smaller one inside. So that is really, that's nice and pretty. That's really seasonal. So those are, they're going to last for very, very, very many years. One day become an antique, provided they're looked after and not bashed about. I love my tins, so to part with them is hard, but at the same time they make lovely gift boxes because they will last, and they can be reused, repurposed, storage, whatever. Even if they don't use them to pass around to as gift boxes to somebody else, they have something to store even their favorite Christmas decorations in, to keep them safe and special. So that is a great idea that I like using for gift boxing or bagging, whatever. Oh my days, I tell you what, buttons, darling buttons. I have a gingerbread kit left over from the one we did, my son did with his daughter. Was it last week or the week before? I think it was the week, yes, last week. This week gone, not this week gone, the week before. Oh my days, it was the first week of December, I'm sure. But we were gifted a gingerbread house kit, lovely one. he assembled that with his daughter, but there were some bits that we didn't. We thought we'll save it for another day, which I'll do tomorrow. And it's been going between the living room and the kitchen, because you know my tiny little galley kitchen is so small, there's just not enough room. I have a small piece of worktop. That's my sum total of space to work. So the gingerbread house in the box without the lid on came into the lounge. It was all the parts were wrapped up in their own wrapping. Each section was wrapped up in card and plastic, and then there was another gingerbread house on top. And I usually move it from the living room to the kitchen, to the living room, to the kitchen when I'm working. And when I'm working in the kitchen, it's in the living room, and when we go out, it's in the kitchen, because I don't like leaving stuff around in the living room that resembles food for the dog. But I forgot when I went out. Was it yesterday, day before yesterday? Monday. Went to help my daughter with something, came back, and they were shredded up plastic and cardboard, minus any sign of gingerbread biscuit. Anyway, and she knew she did it. You know when a dog's done something they know they shouldn't, because they're absolutely hilarious. They cower, they curl up, their ears are down, they're wagging their tails. They just know they've done wrong, and they're wagging their tails, and they're almost smiling at you, thinking, no, I didn't do it, it wasn't me, I didn't do it. With the evidence everywhere. Oh my days. She's 12 years old. She should know better. But then I should know better than to forget to put foodstuffs out of the lounge when we're not here. So thankfully, there's still some of it that could still be assembled and perfectly fine. The rest will be just decorated. If it doesn't have a matching partner to assemble, it would become a cookie. And then the other gingerbread house is fine. So we'll do that tomorrow with my granddaughter. That is, oh my days. That's one of the funnier things that have happened over the last few weeks. There's been a lot of stress and stuff going on as well as usual, but that's usual stuff. It's not season related, it's not Christmas related, so it's just by the by, whatever. And of course then there is some other heartbreaking and worrying and stressful things going on that might dampen the season. I'm not going to say anything now. What else? Yeah, I'm just chilling today. I'm just now going to make the pastry for the mince pies. And then I'm going to visit someone in hospital, family member. And then I'm going to come back and make the Koeksisters and the mince pies. Oh, that reminds me, I better go make a space in the freezer for the syrup, because it's got to be ice cold. It won't freeze solid. I don't know how, but it will not freeze solid. The syrup doesn't freeze. Even after 3 months, it's not frozen solid. It's very treacly, but it's not frozen solid. So I'll put it in the freezer until I need it tonight, which means I better get some ice ready to put in the big bowl, to sit the small bowl inside to keep the syrup ice cold while we're dipping it. You know, I showed it in the video in the last one, how I made it. So yeah, the Christmas spiced Koeksisters. I'm looking forward to that. I really am, actually. Very, very, very naughty. But I think that's why the family really, really appreciate them, because it's not something I do often. This year was the first time I'd made it in over 6 years. Hadn't made it for a very long time. So my family know that when I do make Koeksisters, it is a very exciting treat, because they love it. And yeah, it's just too naughty to make a regular treat out of. No, sorry, just too bad. There's just so much sugar. And it's basically all sugar with a little bit of carbs, and they're even simple carbs. They're not even the good carbs. No, probably no fiber whatsoever in there. So it is literally a confectionery. It's not even, I mean, it's a pastry turned into a confectionery.
Where's mine?
You're waiting for yours, Buttons?
I haven't got any.
You can't have any. Enjoy. So I'm going to leave you with that and hope that you are going to have a wonderful Christmas, whatever life throws at you, however modest or extravagant it may be filled with love, happiness, fun, peace, and comfort where it's needed. Yeah, I'm not going there now. I hope that you want to share with me. Let me know as well what you're doing with your Christmas this year. Whether it's tainted with a little bit of heartbreak or a lot of heartbreak, maybe major heartbreak, or not. I hope it has some good in it for you. There's always the promise. We've passed yesterday. We've passed the winter solstice. So the days are now getting longer. There'll be bulbs, flower bulbs, poking the little tops out the ground in readiness and waiting for spring to arrive. It's the promise now of the new year coming, of the spring coming. It's the passing of this year. And with it, this weekend being Christmas, it's the beginning of hope. Hope that the next year might be a better one. A hope of peace, a hope of comfort, a hope of all sorts of good things. So I hope that's what this Christmas brings to you. Lots of fun. Gotta have lots of fun. After this year, I'm telling you, tomorrow when the granddaughter comes, and on Friday when my grandson is here together, we are going to have fun together. It's going to be a good, memorable Christmas. We are going to watch movies. We are going to have little mini party treats. Maybe our little micro Christmas party with the grandchildren. And we're going to open Christmas presents for them because they'll be at home with their families on Christmas Day. So, well, for a little bit, because I'll have my grandsons on Saturday afternoon, as per usual. So we'll have Christmas morning to ourselves. So yeah, we're going to open their Christmas presents on Christmas Eve with our little party, and we're going to have loads of fun. So I hope you do too. Have fun. Have a wonderful, jolly, Merry Christmas. And I shall see you next week with all my ruminations and plans and thinking about the following year as I do my annual review in this week between Christmas Day and New Year's Day. I do my annual review, my setting of my plans for the following year, and I'll share that with you then. I am going to make time for me. No more crafting until the end of at least February. Just do not want to see any crafts until the end of February, because January and February is nope, I'll save that for next week. So do check back in. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share. If you'd like to, click that notification bell next to the subscribe button and click on all so that when I do post a video, you will know about it. I'm quite excited now. Bye bye all. Have a wonderful Christmas. See you soon.